Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome to yet another episode of Let Love Talk, a segment where I'll be calling various people from different avenues of life and interviewing them on relationship issues with the aim of hearing their views and hopefully learning from them. Today's topic is a sensitive one, therefore heartbreaks will be inevitable. The question and topic at hand: should a broke man be in a relationship? Should a broke man be in a relationship? Right? My guest on the line to address this is Miss Kasashi Musonda. She is an economist, entrepreneur, singer, as well as a theologian. Kasashi, how are you doing? And welcome to Let Love Talk.
Hey! Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. Your topic just had me at the edge of my seat when I just saw the question that you know the theme of today's discussion. I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm ready to talk about this. But anyway, I'm okay. I'm doing good and I'm excited and I'm ready for us to just dive right into it.
Beautiful. Hey, I'm equally as excited. So let's dive in. Firstly, do you think money holds a significant role in a relationship?
That's a very interesting question, and definitely it does. I personally think money holds a very significant role in a relationship. Yeah, not that it's everything, but I do think it holds a very significant role.
Yeah, definitely. It's not everything. All right. So with that established, so for a relationship to have like the right balance, the right flow, and whatnot, should a man earn more than the woman?
That's an interesting question. I could say yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes, in the sense that I think that would be an ideal situation. I think that would be something that most of us would prefer, to have the man earning more money. Yeah. However, that's not always the case. And then no, because I don't think that the balance comes from exactly how much the man is getting. The balance, I think, comes from whether or not the man feels respected, because it's not even about the money to the man, because you can find that the lady is making more by even just 1,000 or 2,000. But for me, I think the core issue is respect. Does the man feel he is being respected? Because even if he earns more money, if he doesn't feel respected, then I don't think that would mean, so much to him. Yeah. So it's a yes and no. Yes, in the sense that that's the ideal situation that, would all prefer, because naturally the man would feel better. But I think there's other ways in which a man can feel better about himself outside finances. And so hence my answer is like not really. Yes and no, but I think I'm leaning more on not really. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I love that you factored in respect. So my question is, do you think how much a man makes has an influence on the respect that he's going to get from his lady?
That's a good one. On average, I would say I don't think so. And here's okay. Maybe it's because there's a certain way I look at things, so I'm generalizing too much. I don't know how most women think, so it's difficult for me to speak on behalf of the ladies, but I don't think so. And here's my reason behind it. Let's say you meet a guy, or you go on a date or something like that. It actually takes a little bit of time for you to even know exactly how much a man earns. Like for you to even get to that conversation where you even know how much a man earns. Yeah. It takes a little bit of time depending on how open the guy is. So let's say it takes you about 3 weeks, a month, 3 months or even 6 for you to even know how much a guy earns. It would mean that something else apart from how much he earns is driving you to give him respect. So that's why I don't think that how much a man earns is what will even determine whether or not the lady will respect him. No, I think other factors, or maybe at a later stage when she actually knows, and I don't know. I don't know how most women think, but personally, no, because women are different. Even what attracts us to the other gender, what attracts us to men is also different. So, no, I don't think so.
Wow, Kasashi, that was a deep one right there. And I really hope that line of thinking is shared amongst the majority of women out there. Alright, so speaking of stages, okay? Is there a stage in the relationship where the man has to take care of the financial needs of the woman? Like, is that an inevitability?
Yes, and absolutely yes. I don't mean to sound materialistic, but yes, and here's why. Okay, so first of all, let me clarify one thing. He may not take care of 100% of the woman's financial needs. So don't get me wrong. When I say a man should take care of a woman's financial needs, I don't mean he should pay for everything, her rent. Like, let's say if you're dating, he should pay for your rent, your school fees, your fuel, and whatever. No, but I think he needs to take at least good amount of financial responsibility, and here's why. Initially, I was the type that used to say, no, like, a man doesn't really have to do this and blah, blah, blah. I thought it was humble and cute for you to actually say a man shouldn't spend. But the thing I've learned is this: it's actually good for the man. The man is the one who actually needs the adrenaline and the drive that comes from actually spending on a woman and taking care of her financial needs. So yes, he has to spend, not only for the woman's sake, but for his sake also.
As crazy as that sounds, there is plenty of truth in that. The natural pride of a man actually wants him to be forefront when it comes to financial issues and being in the financial world and whatnot. So for the sake of perspective, I would love you to give me a percent of how much of the financial needs of a woman should the man take care of.
No, unfortunately I can't, because I feel different men earn different amounts, and then also different women have different needs. So take for example, if she is a working class woman who is driving a BMW and is in school, her needs are going to be a little bit on the higher side. And if she's the type who does expensive hair and whatever, her needs are going to be on the higher side. And it, like I said, it all goes back on how much a man earns and how much he's willing to spend. So with regards to percentage, I can't give you a specific percentage. However, I can say that the amount has to increase with time. Reason being, at the beginning, you're just getting to know each other. At the beginning, you're still trying to, accommodate each other and try to understand what a person is. But as time goes on and as you get closer and closer, and eventually as you get married, you find that now you become one. So the amount may or will have to increase because now the person is under your roof. So I think I can't give you a percent, unfortunately. I just think it depends on the needs, and it depends on how much a man earns and also how much he's willing to spend, and whether or not the lady is also doing something, because if she's earning some money, then the amount may even be less.
Okay, the amount has to increase with time. Gentlemen, you've heard. Alright, so moving on. Would I be wrong if I say when a woman reaches a certain age, her choice of men greatly depends on how financially stable they are. Like, is there a stage where a woman reaches and she's like, hey, let me focus on the pocket of the man rather than his looks and his behavior and whatnot?
Not entirely. Because I feel like the older you get, the more pressure you feel. And something about pressure is that pressure can make you do something out of duress. Like, you know, you do something at gunpoint, or you do something without even really thinking. So I think sometimes the older you get, you even stop thinking about money. You just be thinking about, like, who is single, who is free. You know, you get a little bit, you know, more desperate. And also, with time, you are also not just sitting at home doing nothing. So probably you've been working as a lady, you've been working, you've been making your own money or doing some business. So money for you may not necessarily be like, you know, at the priority, like, you know, you must have money, you must have money. You know, it will be like, you know, I think you'll be looking at other factors. Although stability will be a huge plus, but for me, I don't think most women, you know, the older they get, I don't think most of them even focus on money or material things or how a person looks and things. I think they just, mostly just looking for someone who is single, who is not going to give them problems. And that's why you find that some are extremely rich and they date someone who has no money at all because of just wanting the title of marriage.
Okay. That is a clear one right there. Now, I picked up something. Speaking of women, that a woman doing her own thing and finding a way to make money and whatnot on her own, that is. Do you think the current norm of women depending on men for financial relief should continue? Like, we cannot ignore the fact that there are women out there that just say, hey, I'll find a man and he'll take care of me and stuff like that. So should that kind of mindset continue?
I'm really trying to gather my thoughts because a lot of things are running through my mind. So I don't think it should continue in the sense that I don't think a woman should 100% depend on a man financially. And there are a few reasons why. Number one, if the man dies, loses his job, it means you are stuck. And in just any business or any partnership, you want both parties to be able to, you know, keep the organization running in case one of them is unable to, you know, one of them is unfit to, you know, keep up with the work. So for the sake of, you know, safety, a woman should at least have a certain source of income, just in case something happens to the man, or just in case, you know, he dies or he loses his job or things like that. Then the second reason is, you know, when you have money, your own money, you have a certain level of independence. And one thing about independence, like to a degree, not the stuck-up independence, but that mild independence that, you know, gives you freedom. When you have that freedom, you're able to, you know, do one or two things, be away, be mysterious. And it's that sort of mystery, that sort of being away, that sort of being able to, you know, go a bit and come back and whatever. It's hard to explain. But yeah, that's what actually makes a man chase you. And a man being able to chase you is important to him. But if you are broke, it means you are completely dependent. It means you are always around and you don't have that space for him to chase you.
Wow, damn. I feel like you just became an advocate for the Men's Association right there. And I hope ladies out there, or at least a good number of ladies out there, really share that. And yeah, I hope they've heard and digested what you've just said. Alright, so now for the grand question, the pillar, you know, of the episode. A fairly simple question for you, Kasashi. After all is said and done, alright, should a broke man be in a relationship? right? And be honest with us here. Do not be afraid to be direct. So should a broke man be in a relationship? Like, I mean broke, very broke.
He can if he wants, but no, he shouldn't. And what I'm saying he can is in the sense that people get broke for different reasons. Maybe he could have started out with money and then he got broke. But if he's just broke and he's been broke for a long time, no, for me, no. And just like I have said, it's not just for the lady's sake, because sometimes we like to think a man having money is for the lady's sake and not for his sake. No, it's actually for his sake. In fact, even much more for his sake. Why? Because men derive a lot of ego, derive a lot of pride from being able to provide. And majority of our needs are met through money. Even the Bible says that money answers all problems. Like money solves a lot of problems. And so a man who is broke, and specifically broke and not trying to get out of that situation, I don't think he should be in a relationship. He can be if he wants, but I don't think he should be, because that might be detrimental to the relationship. It may not be that way at the beginning, but as time goes on, he will feel the pressure that comes from being broke, and that in itself will, negatively affect the relationship. So to answer the question, no.
That was the most solid no I have ever heard. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That was Kasashi's 2 cents right there. As direct as it can be. Please subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, and be sure to hit notifications. I'll talk to you in the next video.